Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we give you guys a fresh perspective on things that we see. So let's get straight into this topic here. So as you guys know, Ron Harper had made some comments about LeBron James during All-Star Weekend. So apparently what happened was Ron Harper has two sons in the NBA. I think one of them plays with the Spurs, and I don't know if the other one plays with the Hornets. I forgot the other, but I didn't know that at the time. So kudos to him, man. You got two of your sons in the NBA. My God, that's pretty impressive, right? Some LeVar Ball kind of stuff there, right? But anyway, so they were talking about that, the relationship, and then Ron Harper out of nowhere, I think we did a show about it, basically takes a shot at LeBron James, like, you know, I'm letting them do their thing, unlike LeBron and Bronny or something like that. So of course LeBron heard it. So recently on an episode of Mind the Game. I almost said what Ticket TV usually says, game to mind, but anyway, Mind the Game. LeBron James decided to take a shot back at Ron Harper while talking about his sons. So for those of you who didn't see this, want to play the video for you now, take a listen to LeBron here, and then we'll come back and continue on. Take a listen to LeBron James.
They're stacked.
Yeah. Dylan's great.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, Dylan's great. I mean, his daddy ain't he's good. I see him when I see him.
How cool is it that
Fantastic. So you heard what LeBron had to say. So Ron Harper, being a Jordan guy and being former Michael Jordan's teammate, and I think it's cool, was on the It Is What It Is podcast with Cam and Mace. And I'm going to say this. I think Mace is not as big as a fan of LeBron as like most of these guys in media like to twerk it. I think Mace thinks LeBron is a great player. No doubt about it. But I think he thinks that there are people that are better. And Mace don't be buying into the nonsense. But Mace was there. And there's a reason why I'm bringing up Mace, because Mace, you'll see Mace in this video. So basically he's on there and they're talking about like the top small forwards of all time. And Ron Harper put Scottie Pippen over LeBron James, and he begins to go into it, and like it gets pretty spicy there at the end. So this is the sound that we want to get into. But before we get into what Ron Harper had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks. All right, guys, the playoff push is heating up. Tournament hoops are here. The Masters is underway, and the NBA playoffs are right around the corner. There's no better way to cash in if you're right on all of this action than PrizePicks, America's #1 sports pick app. So I jumped into their team picks feature, and honestly, I had no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners on some of these games. Came out right on my first one, and watching the game just hit completely different after that. And here's what I love. On top of the players' picks you already know, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals. You can even call who wins the championship or takes home the MVP. Mix and match across basketball, baseball, hockey, golf, all in the same app. And if your picks get off to a hot start, you can cash out early before the game even ends. Now download the PrizePicks app today, pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Okay, cool. So what we want to do now is want to play the video. I want you guys to watch it, and then we'll come back and continue on the show. Take a look at this here.
My #1 small forward has to be Scottie Pippen. It is #1. I have to go Scottie Pippen at 1. Scottie 1. LeBron 2.
Scottie over LeBron.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
So the reason why I put Scottie Pippen as the #1 greatest small forward of all time, he can play 1 through 5. He can play defense 1 through 5, and he can control a basketball game on both ends of the floor. LeBron, great career, would never take anything, but
LeBron can do all those things in his prime.
But LeBron can do it, but LeBron can't do it like he can do it. Scottie can guard. LeBron is a great off-the-ball defensive player. He like to chase down and block shots. Scottie Pippen can pick a point guard up the full court of the basketball court and control the game that way. LeBron ain't picking the guy up full court. That ain't the energy that LeBron gonna bring on the defensive end.
He doesn't want to do that. He's never wanted to do that.
This is what Scottie. This is what we had Scottie Pippen on that Chicago Bulls team as. The guy who cut the head off.
Fantastic. So you heard that. Now, LeBron fans were pretty tight in the comment section. They was pretty tight. What are my thoughts about this? I think Ron Harper is doing the same thing Channing Frye is doing, or Richard Jefferson is doing, or Iman Shumpert is doing. You guys are seeing teammates of these guys take up for their guy. I mean, if you have no problem listening to people like Richard Jefferson saying if LeBron James beats Kevin Durant in the first round, he's the GOAT, you shouldn't have a problem with this, because his comments are even more insane. From a basketball standpoint, you can argue, hey, I'll put Scottie over LeBron in terms of like if I want to win and depending on who's the complementary piece, like blah, 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 blah. What Shannon Fry said or Richard Jefferson said about LeBron winning round 1 against Kevin Durant makes him the GOAT is the dumbest stuff you could hear on a microphone, right? So if y'all are jacking what he said there, I don't want to hear no issues about, oh, I got an issue with. He's sticking up for his guy. There are a lot of LeBron twerkers littered all over the media. It's a fact. It's a fact, bro. These dudes is everywhere. Bro. They like ants. They're everywhere. You stomp on 125, come out the wall. Right? But I respect the fact that he's standing up for his teammate and he's not up there twerking. This is what happens when you're not trying to get a podcast deal. Let me say that one more time. This is what happens. This is the kind of basketball talk you get when you're not trying to get a podcast. This is the kind of talk you get when you're not looking for some extra bread. Let me come in the media space, so let me turn myself into a full-fledged goofy and start saying goofy stuff. This is the kind of basketball commentary you get. Most of these dudes that be leaving these goofy-ass takes all got podcasts. This is a fact, bro. This is a fact. Even John Sally, who we all like, came out there and started saying some wild stuff. You're like, yo, bro, what are you talking about? Everybody trying to get to the bag. And if you're trying to get to the bag, these guys control the game with the volume and all of that, bro. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta start twerking it up on the table. Unless you're willing to go the independent route, which most are not willing to do because it's much harder. Right? That's literally what you're seeing here. Ron Harper saying that, he's just talking about it from a basketball standpoint and what Scottie could do in terms of his defensive tenacity and how he could change series with his defense. These are true things. Now, I'm not saying, let me just be clear here, I'm not saying that Scottie Pippen is a better small forward than LeBron James. I'm not in that group. I'm not saying that at all. I don't think Scottie Pippen is nowhere near as good as a basketball player as LeBron James. And I'm not a fan of LeBron whatsoever at all. But I'm not about to say he better than Scottie Pippen better than him. Let's knock it all the way off. I'm not saying that. But from the standpoint of that's Jordan's guy, he played with Scottie. He won multiple championships with Scottie. He got to see him every day up close and personal. He saw what Scottie brought to that Chicago Bulls team and how it contributed to multiple three-peats. You can understand the standpoint that he's coming from. That's 100% a plausible position to take if you're looking at it from the standpoint of winning, for example. So, look, that's Ron Harper's opinion. Obviously, people are going to disagree with it, but it's no different than people saying crazy stuff again, like if LeBron beats Kevin Durant in round 1, he's the GOAT. It's all opinions, right? These are my thoughts.